I'm gonna talk about something that's on my mind because like I gotta get it out. So over this last weekend, Valentine's Day weekend, my wife and I, we was at Ruth Chris, right? We went to Ruth Chris. That was our first time, and I did a video on it, and like we were just like grateful to be there because last year around this time we couldn't afford to be there. We couldn't afford much of anything, so we just did a video. Like I was just so grateful, right? But there's one thing that I do have to talk about. I don't know what it is with us, and I hope you understand what I mean when I say us. I don't know what it is with us. Like we feel like we have to bring this like street energy everywhere we go. Like,
talk about it.
why am I sitting down with my wife at Ruth Chris, cutting into this nice ribeye, and I see dudes walking by with their pants sagging, with their jeans sagging, with these bubble coats with their hoods on? Like, yo, we gotta stop. Like, we gotta stop. And I know, listen, some of y'all are gonna be like, oh, you was just thanking God for this, now you judging. Listen, I'm not judging. I'm not judging them, and I'm not trying to be cynical. But we have to, like, yo, we gotta understand, like, yo, there's a time and place for every. First of all, like, we have to understand that how the world reads us is a reality. Like, yo, the way you present yourself is how the world reads you. We already are fighting an uphill battle at times.
He ain't lying. Listen, and I talked about this. I made like a YouTube short on it. You guys can go check that out if you want to. But he ain't lying. Too many times do we bring this toxic culture to different environments that, like fine dining restaurants or just places in even with the cruise ships. They even bring it to the cruise ships where you're supposed to be enjoying a vacation. Look, I'm tired of black people not wanting to hold black people accountable for the toxicity that we put in our own community. Not the toxicity that was forced upon us because of slavery and things of that, like social injustice and, social systematic racism and stuff like that. But we talking about stuff that we caused. And I'm tired of them pointing the blame game and putting it on another ethnic group of people all out. I just don't understand it. But I'm gonna keep this thing playing. It's only it's only about a minute and a half left, and I'm gonna keep it rolling.
And I understand there's a lot of systematic things, but like, why are you like, we gotta do better. Like, at Ruth Chris, this is supposed to be an establishment that, what kind of establishment you going. See, that's the thing. Like, you're not going to no Applebee's. You're not going to Chili's.
Hey, now.
You're not going to Texas Roadhouse. You're not going to, what I'm saying? And there's nothing against those places. I'll eat at all those places. I'm not too bougie for none of them places. But, like, you're not going there. Why are you bringing this, like, energy? Why are you bringing this, like, attire that, come on, jeans sagging? You can't. You eating at Ruth Chris, you can go buy a belt. I hate that for us. I hate that we do that. Like, us men, we got to do better as men. Like, go get yourself a pair of slacks. Go get yourself, a belt. Go get yourself, a nice collar shirt, a sweater, a coat, man. Something, a blazers. Like, come on. You don't gotta. There's a time and place for all that. I got nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with, sweats and Jordans and jeans and bubble coats. I own all of that stuff. But why are you bringing that kind of attire to an establishment where you know what the standard is over there? I hate that I just hate that we do that. I just had to get that off my chest.
All right. So that's about the end of that. And everything he said, man, he told no lies. He told the truth. But I also want to iterate that a lot of this is also on the men of our generation because we have allowed some stuff to be accepted. The whole street culture we have allowed to be accepted and to be looked at as somebody with a respectable career, like going to school, doctor, or just in higher education. And we have allowed the street culture to take a spot when really it should have never been a thing that was ever accepted. It's always been something down, as if it was back in the day. But apparently it's no longer that. And apparently young men feel like they have to dress a certain way to be respected. And we have abandoned slacks and a nice pair of dress shoes and a nice, tailored shirt or whatever, suit coat, and replaced it with bubble coats and jeans and in every function. And you tell me what a lie is. That's all I'm saying. Listen, I'm gonna make sure that I tag uh where you can find this video in on TikTok. And guys, if you like, remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit notification bell to be notified when new drop. This was a good one right here. I like black people holding black people accountable. Tired of the victim mentality that we place upon ourselves that we have nothing to do other than have made and allowed.